The person with one of the toughest jobs in the WWE may be the referee. They are constantly dealing with emotional superstars and can often find themselves the victim of an attack. Then, there are the times the referees decide to fight back and put WWE superstars in their place. Watch as wrestlers get pummeled and attacked by the men that are supposed to call matches straight down the middle. But before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new content. The Miz gets punched. The Miz is arrogant, outspoken, and one of the most hated heels in the WWE locker room. Not only would most of the roster love to punch him in the face, but many of the crew would love to do the same as well. Referee Scott Armstrong got the chance to do that at the 2011 Night of Champions pay-per-view. In a highly main event match between CM Punk and Triple H, things got a little crazy when The Miz and R-Truth decided to invade the ring. Earlier in the night, Armstrong had an argument with The Miz and R-Truth during their tag team championship match, which ended in a disqualification. The duo was obviously unhappy with the results and picked a terrible time to confront Armstrong about it. With Triple H's COO position on the line, referee Scott Armstrong wasn't going to put up with The Miz's crap. After The Miz started trash-talking to Armstrong, Armstrong decided to fight back and clock The Miz across the face. The crowd erupted in cheers, but they didn't last very long. Armstrong should have kept going because moments later, R-Truth retaliated and clobbered Armstrong from behind. Referees on strike. The WWE was crazy in 1999. At the height of the Attitude Era, referees had to deal with the antics of D-Generation X, the intensity of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the violence of Mankind, and the raw power possessed by superstars like The Big Show, Kane, and The Undertaker. With referees getting knocked out left and right, they all finally decided to go on strike. All except one. Veteran WWE referee Jim Corderas decided to avoid the strike and worked multiple matches for the 1999 Unforgiven pay-per-view. Corderas was managing to control the chaotic six-pack challenge main event, but the other referees weren't having any of it. During the middle of the 3 count, he was pulled out of the ring by the other refs on strike and attacked on the arena floor. Out of nowhere, Corderas is saved by none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin pulls the referees off of him, beats them all up, and then finishes the match by becoming the special enforcer and refereeing the rest of the six-pack challenge match in a way that only Austin knows how. The referee strike ended shortly after this as it became clear that the refs caused a number of problems themselves. Scott Armstrong versus CM Punk. Some WWE referees are built and strong enough to confront a number of WWE superstars. One of these refs is Scott Armstrong. A former wrestler himself, Armstrong transitioned well into his role as a ref. He was able to call matches, get physical with superstars, and ensure that things were called evenly. Things became a little muddled when Armstrong got directly involved with the feud between CM Punk and The Undertaker. After multiple submission matches between the two opponents, there was one instance where Armstrong double-crossed Punk and screwed him over to give The Undertaker a victory. Punk was clearly upset by this and took out his frustrations by booking an official match against Scott Armstrong. Armstrong accepted, but was clearly in way over his head. Punk started out playfully, but then Armstrong decided to give it his all, delivering punch after punch to Punk. Just when you thought that the ref had the momentum on his side, Punk took advantage, dominated the rest of the match, and easily pinned Armstrong using just his foot. It was a rare moment to see a referee in an actual match, and a fun moment during CM Punk's great run on WWE Smackdown. D-Generation X gets taken out. One of the most powerful stables in WWE history was D-Generation X. Starting out with Triple H, Chyna, and Shawn Michaels, the group saw instant dominance in the WWE, and that dominance continued even after Shawn Michaels left and was replaced with X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws. During one house show back in 1999, the group's dominance was put into question during a huge tag team match. As DX took on the Dudley Boys and The Rock, referee Earl Hebner had about enough of DX's shenanigans. Hebner reached his boiling point in the match and first took his frustrations out on Triple H by clobbering him and sending him out of the ring. When X-Pac stood on the mat to confront Hebner, he went down just as quickly with a huge punch. The third time was the charm, as Road Dogg made the same mistake as his buddies and was sent flying off the ring mat as well. Hebner wasn't done after his physical assault though, as he followed it up with some mocking crotch chops of his own towards the group. Luckily, this match didn't air on WWE Raw, or the reputation of the group would have been put into serious question. Pinning The Big Show. WWE house shows are often unpredictable. Without television cameras or TV time, Wrestlers have the ability to extend matches, create funny situations, and find all types of ways to entertain crowds. One WWE wrestler that loves to perform at house shows is The Big Show. He plays it up for the crowds and is often involved in sketches and moments that create a memorable time for all of the fans in attendance. After a match at one house show, The Big Show looked exhausted. He stumbled around the ring for a bit before apparently passing out flat on his back. Not one, but two referees came to the aid of The Big Show, trying to revive him in the center of the ring. The refs shook him, tapped him, and even tried to roll the big guy over, but nothing worked. With no other ideas, one of the referees decided to take advantage of the situation and pin The Big Show while he laid flat down. After a brief discussion, the referee plopped down while another ref began the 3 count. Shortly after 2, The Big Show easily kicked, rose to his feet, and scared the referees out of the ring to the delight of the crowd. Grab the ring ropes and take a breather. See if you can answer this trivia question before we return to violent referee confrontations. Before Shane McMahon was using his family name and competing in classic WrestleMania matches, he was actually a WWE referee. Can you remember the referee name that he used at the time? Stay tuned until the end to find out the answer. Referee versus referee. After the WWE purchased WCW, a lot of things changed within the company. One of the biggest storylines featured in 2001 was the dramatic invasion by WCW and ECW Superstars. This led to a whole pay-per-view event simply entitled Invasion. Not only was it a battle between WWE and WCW Superstars, but many other employees became involved as well. This included a huge rivalry between head WCW referee Nick Patrick and head WWE referee Earl Hebner. Both refs would settle their feud in a one-on-one match at the event. With Mick Foley serving as the special guest referee, the match didn't feature the typical flow and style as a regular WWE match. As a huge group of referees looked on from ringside, Hebner threw punch after punch at Patrick. All of the other refs even got involved in the action when part of the match spilled to the outside. After a few minutes of back and forth action, Nick Patrick got into an argument with Foley. Hebner took advantage of this by performing a shoulder block tackle, knocking Patrick down and easily securing the victory for the WWE side. A push into a Tazmission. It's not uncommon for refs in the WWE to get pushed around, manhandled, or treated like garbage. Many times, a frustrated WWE superstar will take out their anger on the referee and treat the official like a human punching bag. Then, there are the cases where the referee will fight back and their actions can have a huge difference on the match outcome. That's exactly what happened at the 2002 No Way Out pay-per-view. The tag team championships were on the line when Taz and Spike Dudley defended their belts against the team of Booker T and Test. The match featured a lot of back and forth action, but at one point it was just Taz and Test battling in the ring. Test covered Taz for a pin, but when he used the ropes for leverage, the referee noticed and refused to count. Well, this infuriated Test, who confronted the ref and argued with him. The exchange became so heated that Test shoved the ref. In an instant, the ref bounced off the ropes, shoved Test back, and Test fell backwards straight into a Tazmission. Seconds later, Test tapped out, and Taz was able to retain his tag team championship with Spike thanks to the assist by the ref. Earl Hebner's double attack. Triple H has had some classic feuds through the years. His battles with Chris Jericho, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and The Rock will never be forgotten. As Triple H transitioned from D-Generation X to the corporation, he also embarked on a new feud against referee Earl Hebner. While the two would never compete in a match together, they did spend several weeks going after each other and getting involved in various matches. It all got ignited on an episode of Smackdown where the Superstars were involved in a 6-man tag team match that included superstars like The Rock and Big Boss Man. Shane McMahon stood at ringside and decided to hop on the apron and get involved in the match. Well, Hebner quickly took care of things by knocking Shane off the apron and then physically attacked Triple H. Less than a week later, Hebner attempted to screw Triple H out of his title by performing a quick pin and giving the championship to Chris Jericho. The decision was eventually reversed and Hebner was tormented by Triple H for his actions. Well, at least Hebner was able to stand up for himself and showcase that others could challenge the corporation as well. The referee's elbow. Mike Chioda is a legend in the wrestling business. The referee has been around for numerous years and he was involved in several high-key matches, including several WrestleMania main events. Some of the biggest matches that he reffed included The Rock vs. John Cena at WrestleMania 28 and Triple H vs. Batista at WrestleMania 21. Not only has he officiated some great matches, but there was one time where Chioda was in a match of his own. During an episode of Smackdown in 2001, Chioda was involved in a 6-man tag team match. His partners were Chris Jericho and The Rock, and they took on the Dudley Boys and fellow referee Nick Patrick. Chioda got to have the biggest spot in the match where he actually performed the Rock's People's Elbow on Nick Patrick. This led to a pinfall victory and a huge celebration for Team WWE. The fun moment is a huge highlight in Chioda's career and really showcases his toughness in the ring. A few years later, Chioda would be involved in another big Smackdown moment when Brock Lesnar and Big Show would cause the ring to collapse. Chioda went flying with the ring as the crowd roared in shock. Brad Maddox attacks Ryback. A lot of the times there have been WWE performers who started out as referees and then transitioned into other jobs. Teddy Long was a referee for numerous years before becoming a manager and then the Smackdown general manager. Shane McMahon actually began his WWE career as an official before joining his father's corporation and becoming an official wrestler on the roster. This is also how Brad Maddox got his start in the WWE. Maddox was originally a wrestler in WWE developmental organizations like Florida Championship Wrestling. When he made his debut in the WWE, he replaced his ring tights with a black and white striped referee shirt. After officiating a few smaller matches, Maddox got his big break by being the referee for the Ryback and CM Punk Hell in a Cell match back in 2012. As Ryback dominated the match, Maddox saw his chance to shine. He delivered a low blow to Ryback and then made a fast 3 count to allow CM Punk to retain his WWE Championship. Ryback obviously attacked Maddox for his actions, and his referee career was over after that match. The decision to attack Ryback did get him the chance to become a general manager on the Raw brand. Thanks for watching. Now let's see if you got the trivia question right. Shane McMahon debuted as a referee in the WWE under the name Shane Stevens. Years later, Shane finally debuted with his McMahon name. Well, there you have it. What referee attack do you think was the best? Are there any that we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the Sportster on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. See ya!